Guys, we are here mollywopping, apparently.
Chicken head.
With your girl, Miss BJ, Rachel D, and Eric Bell.
Commissioner Bell. Soon to be
Yes,
Commissioner
soon to be
Bell.
Commissioner Bell.
Yes, that has a great ring to it. He is in the runoff for the Clayton County Board of Commissioner District 3, correct?
Indeed. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so there has been quite a bit of controversy around you.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
We've all heard about you. We just never met you, but we all heard about you.
Well, I'm a nice guy.
He's so,
Yes.
he's so cute, you guys.
Aw.
But you know what? That is a good thing because, you know, people like to look at good-looking people in power.
They like to be able to relate to the person they're voting for.
Well, very relatable.
So,
I'm transparent.
Right.
so let's go ahead and get to know you. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Eric Bell. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Clayton County, specifically District 3. I graduated from Mundy's Mill High School, Mundy's Mill Middle School. I went elementary school there, so I'm really raised there. I had the opportunity to go to Morehouse College on a Navy scholarship. And from that, I've since I piloted submarines, aircrafts. I've worked in the Economic Development of South Africa Department. We're working on land reform, gender relations, racial relations. Had the opportunity to work with the Atlanta Economic Department on Camp Creek Stabilization, Old National Revitalization. I founded a nonprofit, served 2 years in the Navy as an officer. I dated your daughter.
What?
That's me being relatable again.
Right.
See how you know me. You know, boy that took my daughter to prom.
Right.
See, but did you break her heart, though?
No, she actually
Aw.
broke mine.
That's relatable.
We went to college and she said, I need a break.
Okay.
Everybody, when you, that college break.
But you might know me as your neighborhood substitute teacher. They say, Mom, Mr. Bell was in my class. We had Mr. Bell today.
And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, he did not read off his resume. That sounded like it. Like he was ticking down everything. That was straight off the dome.
Yeah.
He knows his business.
And you've done all that in 25 years?
Yes, ma'am.
Jeez. BJ, we need to step it up.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to program my DVD player.
Oh.
So, and then I'm gonna be honest, it's a DVD/VCR, so I'm still kind of behind.
Okay.
No, I
So,
still
yeah.
have mine.
No, you
Don't
gotta
worry
keep
about
your
it.
You gotta keep your VCRs because every now and then you want to watch that old school.
Disney movie?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I was thinking of Friday.
I had the Michael Jackson movie on tape.
Moonwalker.
American Dream.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Moonwalker.
Moonwalker was a good one too. When he turned into the car.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the rabbit.
I have
Yes.
no
Yeah.
idea what.
Speed Demon.
What? Speed
BJ,
demon.
there is a corner in this room just for your
I,
nose.
You don't-
I own
Don't stick
Graffiti
it in.
Bridge, and that video is gonna make me money one
Graffiti
day.
Bridge?
Graffiti Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
She getting all the love.
Right.
Today.
Research it.
Anyway.
Graffiti. That
All
sounds
right.
illegal.
So back to the task at hand. You
Okay.
are running for Board of Commissioners.
Yes.
Why did you decide to run?
I wanted to continue my route of service. When I got home, I was in the Navy, and I wanted just to serve. I took an oath that said I was going to defend the country, foreign and domestic. So I went down to the local commission office and said, hey, I'm here to volunteer. Well, because I knew they didn't have any jobs. We're in the biggest economic recession since the Great Depression. And so I actually inquired about internships, and they said, well, we don't have any internships. I said, none paid? I'll volunteer. And they said, well, we'll call you in a couple of weeks because right now we're busy or what's. And that kept progressing until where I said, well, if you don't have time for me, well, I'll step up and be that gap. Because in Clayton County, 25% are considered, well, Metro Atlanta, 25% of the population is considered to live below the poverty line. In Clayton County, 85% is economically disadvantaged. 17,000 children in Clayton County suffer from food scarcity. We have a graduation rate of about 60%. 40% of crime is perpetrated by juveniles. In my neighborhood, there was a mobile unit looking for suspects 9 to 14 years old.
Oh wow.
So when you have things like that and you tell me that just come back, call us back in a couple of weeks, we'll find you something to do. It just kind of shook me up. It shook me up. And it says, well, Eric, you got to do something. Eric, you got to stand up.
See, and the whole the controversial part is because you are younger. And we did
Why is
speak
that
about-
controversial?
Well, to some might seem that. I personally don't, because we are the future. We are this
Right.
generation.
But-
We're actually a lot older than people think we are if you look at our age. It's like, we've grown up very fast. And a lot of times people don't want to give our generation, which is the
credit.
millennials, the credit that is due.
Or just not even give us the torch. It's time to prep us for the torch.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to be the next light bearer. So it's time to say, hey, this is how you make fire. This is how you make a what's it called? A kindle wood. Because who else is going to keep the house hot?
Exactly. And you know what? I really love what Eric said. A lot of times when it comes to that gap that you see is seniors, adults, and and just kids. But that age group, as soon as you become a teenager to your early 20s, you don't count.
You don't
You
count.
always see each other, but I believe Eric will provide that gap
And
with
it's
a
most
voice.
of us. In Clayton County, majority of the population is between 18 and 32 years old. The average person in Clayton County is a 31-year-old black female. The average voter is a 65 plus white lady.
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying?
It's just, and that's the thing. There is a disparity that you see, and a lot of times, I believe it's just a lot of the younger generation. No one is motivating them to have their voices heard.
Yeah.
So, and those are a lot of untapped voters, really.
Or no one's representing you.
You know, speaking of voting, so
July
this
5th, early voting starts.
Well, let's go back to the let's go to the past real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so the election was what?
May 24th.
May 24th, and it came down to you and Felicia.
Someone who shall not be named.
And and you know what, there was a lot of people running for commissioner, so everybody did kind of feel like the votes would be split,
Right.
but it came out you and this lady came out on top. So how did that make you feel, first of all?
Well, I thought everyone did a great job. So if you put your name in any type of political race, if you put yourself up for scrutiny and target practice, hats goes off to you, because it really takes a lot to stand up and say, I'm gonna stand in the gap, or I'm gonna put myself out of my comfortable shoes and fight for you and take care of you. I'm gonna take care of my family, but I want to take care of you as well. So when someone says, hey Eric, I want to take care of you, and not knowing you from Plot B, but I'm gonna take care of your family, I'm gonna make sure your friends down the street are taken care of too, that speaks tremendous on their character. So thank you for everyone that ran, and hopefully we continue to work together to form a coalition to really deal with the ills in our community. It's not a black and white thing, it's a poverty thing.
I agree.
Poverty has no color.
It really don't, because my pockets are blank, because there is no money in them.
Well, sort of speaking about that, what can you do, or what do you plan on doing?
Well, as commissioner, I plan on elevating the quality of life in Clayton County, and that means two things: education and economic development. And education-wise, that means working with the board of not commissioners, but yes, the board of commissioners and the board of education. Hello, board of education. Let's work together, as well as the chamber of commerce and the other branches of government within Clayton County, to really form a plan where we can go out and say, yeah, we all work in different sectors, and we all need to stay in our same lane. But this lane is a part of a highway, and we all moving in the same direction. So we either going up or down. So yeah, stay in your lane, but we on the same highway.
Preach on.
So it begins with making sure that all elected officials, we can at least meet quarterly and make sure that our plans and we on the same highway to keep moving forward for our students. The graduation rate is like 66% in Clayton.
Yes.
Yes. And so as a community, we need to show more support to our teachers, the teaching staff, the board of education, our principals, and really show that our youngsters that we value your education. So you need to value your education a lot more.
That's true. And just to play off of what Commissioner Bell said, Clayton County, the school system just recently received their accreditation back. So this is definitely something I know they want to work towards not losing again.
Yeah, when I was a senior in high school, we lost accreditation, and for me that means losing a lot of friends, forcing people out the county, forcing property values down. Because now, once you had whatever housing rate you were at now people are leaving. So no longer do you have a housing shortage, you have a surplus, plummeting your property rates. And for me, I want to fix that. So that means putting more money into our schools, after school programs. I personally, as a commissioner, they say we can't co-intermingle class, but we can develop after school programs. And the Board of Education can give us buses to get to bus our students to these after school programs. And people are going to talk about, well, it takes revenue. Well, if our schools are doing better, we're going to have a larger tax base to pull from.
Right.
If people see these services come to Clayton County, we're going to have a larger tax base to pull from. But other than that, we need to create jobs. Not just, when I say create jobs, not attract jobs. Because I'm creating jobs. And one thing that I want to do, I feel like as a government, we should own more assets or means to production, so we actually can produce. If you're a factory and you're not going to come to my city or my town, okay, we can build our own factory and produce our own goods where we're going to employ our constituents. We're going to promote our happiness and provide them with services and goods and a living wage instead of a minimum wage.
Yes, a living wage.
Did I mention though those factories are going to be green? I'm all clean energy, go green, sustainability.
I'm with that. And living wages, because you can make the burger, but sometimes you can't afford to buy the burger.
Hello.
All right, so Eric Bell, can you tell everybody where they can find out more information about you?
Bellforus.com. That's BELLFORUS.com. Say it like it said, bellforus.com. You can find me on Instagram at BellForUs, Facebook, Eric Bell. I'm easily accessible.
All right. And very personal.
Right.
All right. So thank you so much for your interview. But you're not going anywhere because we have some crazy stories that we found on social media. And the door is locked, so there's no way you can get out.
Don't be looking on my IG. Nah.
You guys, coming up, we have who, BJ?
See ya. Chandelier. See ya.
I was talking.
Party girls, don't get hurt.